Hi, I want to make this video to um, illustrate how the sponsors page can be updated, assuming you want to add new sponsors or delete a sponsor um, from that sponsors page. So you will notice that I have already signed in, hence these 4 additional menu items. But if we would click on the sponsors page, at the moment, you would see that we've got 2 sponsors for Atterbury. You did mention before you want to add more, as and when you get more sponsors. Now, if you would click on this image, it would give you a bigger version of the thumbnail that you see on the page. And of course, now you can read it. So this is the idea, is that people can click on it and see what it's all about. Of course, you can scroll through them all like this if you wish. You can click off the screen so it minimizes it, and you can go directly to another one if you want to. Now, the way that this is updated, this page is updated, is not through this edit button. I can show you what I mean by that. If you would click on that edit button, it would open the normal edit page, just waiting for it to open, as you would be used to by now. But all you will find is that little bit of text that is typed in there, and this strange looking business here. You don't have any photos or anything there at all. You will also notice there are no categories assigned to this article or anything, so there's really nothing here. And it is really a very clever thing. So you will see that this refers to a gallery um, and a name called sponsors, and then slash gallery, which means it closes the gallery. That's the end. This is a type of HTML programming. Now, that sponsors refers to a folder on the server where you would put all the pictures for the sponsors. Right, so you can see that there's nothing to change here, so it obviously needs to be changed somewhere else. So we'll get into that now. I need to click on cancel because I don't want to break anything here. Just click on cancel to get out of this, and we're back into the front page. Now, another thing before we go further, another thing to note is that you will find that these thumbnails are a certain size. Now, you don't determine the size of these. This is determined automatically by the plugin or the little program that works with us. If I click on that again and it opens up, the size of this picture is 800 by 600, but of course this is not 800 by 600. This is quite a square, so it can't be 800 wide and 600 deep. So the rule to remember here is it doesn't matter what size the picture is, especially the depth of the picture is, doesn't matter. As long as the width is 800, it fits nicely onto the web page. And if you remember that, then paging through it will always come up with the same size, so you will have some consistency and it won't look too bad. Of course, it doesn't have to be 800, it can be bigger, it can be smaller, but 800 is quite a nice size to work with. Okay, so that said, if you want to add any pictures, the picture needs to be resized and reworked so it fits nicely with the rest of the pictures in here. Just remember that the width of that need to be 800 pixels. Right, so I'm going to close this and then we'll go into how to update this page. Now that is very simple. It is much simpler than anything else. once you've got a picture that you want to add there, all you have to do is you have to put it into that folder called sponsors. Now that is done in this area here. I'm not sure if you've looked into that already, but if you look into the maintenance, media maintenance page, you will notice that you've got some sort of a file manager coming up here, but it only gives you access to a certain restricted or unrestricted area of the whole file structure that is sits behind this website. This is where you will add in any photos or images that you want to use on the website. Now you will notice some of these you have seen them on the website before. The idea is that you could organize your photos so you can find them easily, but you don't have to. You can just add everything to this page like that. But you have one folder that is set up currently which is called sponsors. Now you'll remember in that article that's what you saw, sponsors. So if you go into this folder, and I just clicked on it and I'll scroll down a little bit, there are the two pictures that's been added. So all you really have to do is you have to add pictures to this website. The question is, how do we do that? Hmm. Um, right, so how to do that? There you will find a little button called, or a little plus. Now that means if you hover over it, open the new folder and file upload box. So this is your entry point to do any changes on this thing, and that is apart from clicking on that button, which allows you to rename that file. So if you want to rename Buster Turf Care to something different, that is the button that you would use for that. Otherwise, you go into this little button here. So if I click on that, you will notice that this has now appeared, and you can add a new folder, um, and you can choose a file um, to upload. So you've got the two things that you can do. You can either add a new folder or you can choose a file to upload. Now, all you really need to do is to click, of course, click in there and type a name, and you will create a new folder, and that new folder will be created probably under that. We'll test it now. Let's just say we're going to create a folder test, and we say add a new folder. There you go. And test has been added, and test has been added as a subfolder of sponsors. So you will find that it's under sponsors. If you click on that arrow, you go up one, and you will notice that you don't see it anymore because it is under sponsors. So click on sponsors, and all of a sudden that will appear again, and there you go. Right. Now, generally I was expecting that we should be able to delete that thing again, but um, you don't have rights to delete it, nor do I. The super administrator has got the rights to delete it, so if you've got a folder that you don't want, then you should just email the webmaster and he will delete it for you. That is, of course, to make sure that whatever we do, we don't break the website. So it's just a sort of safeguard to make sure that nothing goes wrong. You can add, but you can't delete. You can obviously delete pictures with that, so you can delete a picture, but you can't delete a folder. It would be too dangerous. Right, now let us choose a file and upload that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload a file to this directory, and I'll have to delete it again because it doesn't belong there, and we are working with a live system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just find a file, going to websites. I'm going to go there into Club Concern, and I'm just going to find an image to use. Let's say we use that image. I just want to see the size of it. Now you'll see that image, the dimensions of that image is 550 by 400, so it is not too big. So quite possible to use it, but you will understand that it's going to be smaller than the other ones, but this is going to be a good test. Right, so I'm going to click that image, open it, there it sits, and if I hover there, you will see that it says upload a new file. So I'm going to click on upload a new file, and let's see what happens. That was quite quick. There it sits, it is uploaded and done. So if my assumptions are correct, then under sponsors, you will now see 1, 2, 3 images of sponsors. So let's go back here and click on sponsors, and let's see what happened. And there you go. So you used to have those two, and now you've got under construction as well. So obviously anybody that gets into the website and looks at this page now will see these 3 pictures. So just to illustrate, if I click on that picture, it comes up. If I click on that, I will forward to the next one. There's the next one, and there's the next one. And can you see how this image is quite a bit smaller than the others? So it is important that we keep the sizes of this consistent, and the width always 800, and the depth doesn't really matter. It'll be automatically fall into place if we just keep the width correct. So stopping that, so you can see this is how you would update this page. Very simple. Just add an image to the sponsors folder using the media maintenance area, which I just clicked on again. I'm going to go back into sponsors, and there it is. And of course, if you don't like this sponsor, or this is not a sponsor anymore, you want to remove it, you simply click on the little X, which is what I'm going to do now. Click on the X. You're about to delete a file, blah blah blah, the file name. Are you sure? Okay. And gone. The file is gone. So if I click back on sponsors, there you go. It is on. It is not there anymore, and you are up to date. So I hope this will help you to be able to maintain the media maintenance, the sponsors page as well. Very simple, much simpler really than anything else. The only tricky part is to make sure that your original image is of the correct size. So that is it. All that remains to be done now is to log out, and we're done. It's a little bit slow tonight. There you go. We are out of it and done. That's the end of this video.